I already had like a back stop of like 50 to 100 beats from before that were ready to go. So when was it? It was 2 years ago when it happened. So yeah, I just sent out 2 or 3 beats every day to that list, and then Shorty got back to me after about 2 weeks of doing it.
Yo guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Sluggy Beats Show. I'm joined by my guest today, LLB. How you doing, man?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem at all. Today's going to be sharing his story a bit, and hopefully sharing us some gems for the YouTube and the beat selling and stuff like that. So I think to start it off, and just to get to know LLB, and what's like the LLB origin story. Where did it all start? Take it away.
It's not. I mean, it's nothing glamorous. To be fair, I just started making beats ages ago. Like I got FL11, like one of the first like updates of FL11, just like the demo, and just started making beats as a hobby because I used to listen to like Timbaland and like NERD. I just used to listen to the beat more than the song, so I just started doing it as a hobby, and then left it alone for a while. I went to uni, started making beats at uni, just as a hobby. And then someone said like you can make like good money for this as like a freelance producer, or like selling your beats. So kind of looked into it, and then after uni, or like during my last year, during my 4th year, just kind of like got stuck into it like more and more. Just started doing it every day, and then looked into the whole YouTube thing, and just kind of naturally sort of happened, and then started taking it seriously like about 2-3 years ago, and just tried to build it from there, and here we are.
Yeah, that's cool, man. What were you doing at uni?
I was doing sport and exercise science, so like literally nothing
nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
How like, because I've like done music like my whole life and stuff, and I studied at uni and everything, and I can't imagine like opening like FL or anything like that and having like no musical knowledge. Like, where did you sort of start? Like, is it just literally from like listening to music and you just knew?
Right, it still eludes me sometimes. Like sometimes I'll just I went to Ocean's studio last week, and I gave him one of my loops, and we was putting in the 808, and was like, we just couldn't figure out the key of it for some reason. I was like, why is this so difficult? Yeah. Normally, you just drag and drop it and it's fine. But I just couldn't figure it out. But it's taken a while. I'd only say like recently I've got comfortable with like the scales and just being able to hear stuff. Just kind of trialed and errored it, and used a lot of the helpers and all that stuff for a while, and then like last year and a half really just tried to like force myself into like sort of knowing a bit more of the music theory. I know it's kind of fundamental, but I don't think it's like essential if you're just starting out. It's like
no, not at all.
Like I saw a Genius breakdown for like an ASAP Ferg beat, and the guy has no music theory knowledge, nothing. He just like sampled random sounds, and so as long as you know how to make a good beat, man, then
very true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually a drummer, so like it's not it's not the same as like learning piano or guitar or anything like. So I can relate to that with like not knowing the scales and theory and stuff, because like I don't really know any of that stuff. For me, it's more just like hearing it.
Yeah,
and I struggle with it 808 still as well. Like
it's just
trying
annoying.
To hear everything on it, it's just so hard. Yeah, I got that. Have you heard of that? I think it's called Ceremony or something like that. I'm probably not saying that right, but it like analyzes the melodies for you. It, like, tells you all the notes and stuff, and I use that all the time because just to make sure my 808s are in tune and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sometimes you can get it pretty quick. Like I'll just pull up FL keys and then just mess around with it until I find the right key. But there's sometimes like there's just some loops where I just can't figure out, and then I'm just So, but getting there slowly.
I'm like that. Yeah. You started playing guitar a lot, aren't you, in your videos? I've noticed. When did you start learning guitar?
Yeah, so I was gonna order a guitar for my birthday, and then my mum's partner, just went, hang on a minute, and just went up into the garage and he pulled down this guitar that he had like 20, 30 years ago. I'll still probably get one for myself, but I've been practicing on that. And it's hard. I've read that you're supposed to learn on electric guitar first. Apparently it's easier to pull the chords, like to do all the shapes with your fingers. But I've just been messing around with that, really. Just learning a few chords, like just learning how to go between them, like picking and stuff like that. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. Well, he seems to be picking it up fast from what I can tell. Like when I watched your videos, because I've been watching your videos before, and you seem like pretty natural. Like, I thought you was a guitarist, but then you said you'd not had like any musical experience before. And I watched your video with Ocean. You said then that you've not really been learning guitar that long, I think, in that video.
Literally, when did I start doing it? Beginning of April. So maybe a little bit before that. So maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. So just learn the basic chords, and like whenever I'm like not doing anything, I'll just sit and just do like practice the pick movements, like finger picking movements, and just try random stuff. And it's all right. It just takes forever. It just takes forever to record it because like I can't go between chords very smooth, so I'll just have to record one chord or like one certain part, and then have to stop it, record again, and line it all up and everything. So
yeah, I get that, man. You did a video as well where you like made a full-on song where you like singing and stuff as well. Have you done like much singing before, or is that something recent?
No, yeah. So I did it a while. I did it about 2 months ago now. Sometimes, like, I don't know if you do this. Like, I'll just randomly, if I like the sound of a beat, I'll just go online for like an acapella and just throw it over the beat to hear what it sounds like. So I did that, and I pulled up. I think it was Playboy Carti and Little Uzi Vert, like Shooter, something like that, and just dropped it over, and it sounded sick. I was like, what if I just like use the exact same like cadence and like flow, and then just change the lyrics, just as not as like a proper song, just to practice.
Yeah.
So I did it, and it actually it sounded pretty fire. Like mixed the vocals in and all that, lots of auto tune. It sounded pretty cool. So I thought I'd make a video out of it. Filmed that like last week, so it turned out pretty good.
I thought it sounded really good. Like I've tried recording I've had an idea in my head. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so cool, and then I record it. I'm like, nah, I hate my voice so much. Like, it doesn't have. I think I've got more respect, or like newfound respect for artists now, because certain beats I'll try to rap on, and I'll literally like record one line. I'm like, no, my voice just doesn't suit this style of beat. So I think if you're an artist, like especially artists that rap over different styles all the time, like it's really hard. It's really hard. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Could you see yourself ever going down that route of like maybe releasing your own songs? Because I know like Kyle Beats has done that, hasn't he? Where he's like got a few songs out on Spotify. Do you think you'd ever do something like that?
Maybe. I don't know. I think I'd do it like once I had like a real solid like brand, like a decent, like maybe a few 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and like that stuff's kind of taking care of itself. Then I'll probably like look into releasing some music. But like I'll still probably make stuff now, and then maybe release it in a year's time or
further
whatever.
Down the line.
Yeah, just kind of stock up on some music now. So yeah,
I get you. So when did like your YouTube journey actually start? Like when did you first start doing YouTube?
Oh shit, sorry. I don't even know what that was. Hang on, just turn my phone on silent because it keeps. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so I actually started. When did I start? 2016, I think. Yeah, 2016, and or 2017. Sorry. And so I wasn't like planning on doing it. I was just planning on selling beats and just uploading type beats. And then I got this ad on Facebook, and I kept getting it on YouTube as well. And it was like this thing called the Jump Cut Academy. It was like a big YouTube course for people that want to start, go viral on YouTube. And the way it was marketed, I said this to Ocean, I was like, it was one of those ads where if you've seen it a few times, you kind of like, oh yeah, it's just a load of bullshit. But it was I hadn't seen that kind of ad before. It was like, do you want to live, you know, on your own terms? Do you want to be like financially free and all this? I was like, yeah, I do. So I just watched the ad, and it was like a free YouTube training thing, and then after like at the end of the training, they sell you like the full course. And it was pretty legit. Like the guy that did it was like a YouTuber himself. He had like, I think, a couple of million subscribers. So like he kind of knew, he knew what he was doing. And he drafted in a load of other YouTubers to do it. So anyway, I just bought it. It was like $1,000. I think it was $1,000 at the time. I was like,
wow, yeah.
I was watching him selling it, and he sold it so well. I was like, oh, I really can't afford that, but I've got the money, but I can't afford. You know, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I just paid it, but there was like a year guarantee on it, so I could get my money back if I didn't like it. But that got me into it anyway. And then once like I started going through all the material, it kind of seemed a bit outdated. It was kind of like the Logan Paul style videos, you know, where you shout, and like that wasn't really what I wanted to do. But it got me started, and there's a few like marketing stuff in there which kind of helped. But it didn't help. It wasn't $1,000 worth, so I got a refund.
So you managed to get the money back?
Yeah. I went into it like a little bit hesitant anyway, so because but as soon as he started talking, I kind of figured it was for that style of YouTuber, you know, the ones that are like big personalities and stuff. So yeah, I just kind of got my money back for it and sort of just started chipping away. There was like, because they basically promised that you could get like, you know, hundreds of thousands of subscribers in the first year or like within the first few months, and yeah, I think a lot of the times it doesn't really work like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a long grind, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. It's just, I think it can be, it's tough. It is tough because like you got people who do blow up quite quick off the back of a few videos. But on the other hand, I don't think there's that many people who get a few hit videos like that. I think it's kind of luck of the draw sometimes.
Yeah, but I noticed like Jay Cactus, like I think he's really smashed it. Like I know he's worked for it and everything, but like within a year, his channel's like gone crazy. Like
that's right.
I've probably I like he's probably been going like a few months more than me, and like he's like leaps and bounds ahead of what I am. But I look back at my quality compared to his, and it's it's nowhere near. I'm still not close to him, but getting there slowly.
Yeah, for sure. And that's another thing as well. Like Ocean started about 6 months before I did, and but his quality was better. I mean, compared to mine at the time, his was better. We looked back at it, and we both he hates his old stuff, and I hate my old stuff. But his quality was better, and like he was way more consistent. Like I'd take a week off, or sometimes like a month off when I was just feeling like it wasn't working. And he just plowed through it, and then he got like 2 or 3 videos blow up about a year ago now. You know that one he did with his brother? Got like 1 million views or something. And yeah, like that just skyrocketed from there for him. But yeah, it just goes down to the work you're playing. But yeah, Jay Cactus has done really well. Like I think his style and like his branding is really for the tutorials, like it's really standout-ish, like the thumbnails, and not many people were doing drill tutorials, I think, at the time. So yeah, he kind of good timing for him.
Yeah, I think he's got the type of videos that are going to live on for a long time. Like,
I
can see people like searching for his stuff like 2 years, and like all his old videos will still be getting views because they're just like such high quality and good tutorials, and people can learn a lot from them. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So you do like the YouTube like vloggy style and the beat selling side. Did you start both at the same time, or did you start the beat selling first? Did I start first? I started the beat selling first, I think. Just uploading type beats. Yeah, that's right. Started doing type beats. Wasn't selling anything because they were all trash. The visuals were trash. Like it was all just terrible. But you're in that stage where you think everything's good. So you're like, why isn't this not working? I've been doing it for a few weeks. Why am I not on thousands of views? Like, it never works like that. I did type beats first, and then did like the vlogging stuff and like the YouTube stuff afterwards. Yeah. What kind of type beats were you doing?
Like same like that mistake a lot of people do when they first start. I was just making anything and everything. You know, I'd try a Metro Boomin type beat, and then I'd try a Young Thug type beat, and then like an ASAP Rocky type beat.
Yeah.
So I was more just making the beat first, and then like just uploading it as any type beat afterwards. Just something that I thought I could rank on, but
Yeah.
just a bit naive at the time.
Fair enough. Have you found like much success through like the YouTube beat selling side of things, or do you think like, because I know a lot of people say it's saturated and stuff like that, and people have tried stuff like email marketing and various like Facebook marketing as well. Like what do you think's kind of like the go-to maybe for someone who's just getting started?
I think now like YouTube still works. I think you'd have to do that alongside something else. Two major things that you got a lot of focus on. So email marketing and YouTube, or Instagram and YouTube. I do one of them, but the thing is, like, I know there's a lot of people making type beats, and a lot of people kind of stop, and a lot of people are inconsistent. It's only really the guys that are doing well, and obviously they're there for a reason. They're doing well and they're uploading beats every day, sometimes twice a day. So yeah, I think YouTube plus another social platform or another marketing platform is like a good combo. So like you can kind of push traffic to your YouTube through Instagram or through Twitter or through email. But I think YouTube definitely, it still works because people are still uploading type beats every day and making like really good money. And people are blowing up now. Like back in 2018, where people saying like type beats are saturated, people have blown up since then. So it's clearly it's still doable. Yeah.
Very true. I know you've got like two quite good placements as well, haven't you? How did they come about?
So the placements just came through email. So both of them came through email. So I was just built up a list. It wasn't a list where like I asked for someone's email. Like I just went on Instagram and kind of scraped a bunch of emails of artists that did songs that were similar to my beats, and just started sending them out beats. I used GMass, just attached a couple of beats, and then just sent out a load of beats. And I just did it every day. I already had like a backstop of like 50 to 100 beats from before that were ready to go. So when was it? It was 2 years ago when it happened. So yeah, I just sent out 2 or 3 beats every day to that list, and then Shorty got back to me after about 2 weeks of doing it. I think it was kind of luck. Like I'm not saying it was all skill. It was perfect timing. I sent the email at the right time. He was in the studio and he liked, they pulled up the beat and they liked it. But yeah, just sent the beat via email, and then same with Shine Grady. Just sent them out via email, and I think he got reached out to me on Instagram. But yeah, that was it, man. Just sending out beats.
What were you sending out beats every single day then?
Yeah, I did. I'll do it. Sometimes I do it now. Like I'll make beats for a month and then have like a whole bunch of beats ready to go, so I don't have to feel like I'm having to hit a schedule. So I'll have like 50, 60 beats already ready, and then I'll just shoot them out the next month every day. Because then it's not a case of having to make a beat and then send it all out and put that pressure on yourself. I've already got the beats, so I just wake up, send an email out, and not have to think about it. But yeah, I'll just do that occasionally, once every month or once every other month. It's just, I think it's just a more efficient way for me to do it. But
yeah, that's the thing that's a good tip, to be fair, because I always find myself like, I'm going to send out lots of beats this week, and I'll be trying to make them and like mix them and everything, and then find the emails, put the emails in, and then it's like you're rushing to get everything done in time to like send them out. Yeah,
and then the beats go down, the beat quality goes downhill, like you're rushing to get it arranged, and I think it's better to just go at your own pace, stock up on a bunch of beats. When you've got 50, 60 beats ready to go, then you can send out 2 every day, and obviously you're going to be making beats, in between that anyway, so that number should be like a decent amount to send out every day. Yeah.
True. Yeah, how many beats do you think is the right amount to send? Because I'm always worried about sending too many to where they don't bother listening to the other like you know, however many, because they've got bored of the first three, or like, do you think it's better to keep, you know, just a few of your best ones?
I normally just send two. Just in one email, I'll send 2 beats, because GMass doesn't, unless you export them as like a smaller file. GMass will only let you send. It's a little bit less than what Gmail sends. Yeah, the size, you know, the size of the files. It's like, I think Gmail is like 20 megabytes, but GMass is like 15. So you can only get 2, sometimes 3 beats. But yeah, normally just 2 beats, and I'll do them like hardest beat, or the beat I think's best. I'll put it at the top, and then the second beat below, because you know you want to get their attention. Yeah. Straight away, you know, that's the key. But you know, the thing is, like, a lot of producers say, like, I'm sending out beats and I'm not getting placements or anything like that. Like you have to consider all of the variables. It's not just you're sending an email, they're guaranteed to open it and listen to it. That's the first part. The second part is you got to catch them at, you know, at the right time, like when they're in the studio, and they're just, because they're not bothered about producers sending more beats, because they've got beats coming into them all day. So you know, they'll just, you know, one day they might say, I'll just pull up the email and we'll go through some beats. So you got to rely on them. You've got to rely on sending it at the right time, as to where they actually listen to it. And then if they record the song, great. And then if they use the song, great. Then they've got to run it, if they're signed, they've got to run it through the label. Then the label will reach out to you. So the email part of it's like one very small part of like the whole process. So I don't go into sending beats out with the intention of thinking I'm going to get a placement like that. Like, I just send them out, you know, don't really think about it.
That's very true. There's a lot of things that have to align correctly for you to actually get a placement, isn't there? So, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
So I know you were living in Cyprus before, is that right? And you moved to you moved back to the UK a few months ago, I think you said. Well,
I came back for Christmas, and then COVID went through the roof. Yeah, like we hit that 3rd lockdown, and I was like, I can't get back.
So you're like stuck.
I just kind of. Yeah, I was kind of stuck here. I think I could get back. Now. All I've got to do is get like 2 negative tests, because the numbers have gone way down, and like the entry requirements are easier now, because we don't have bad COVID here anymore. So yeah, I'll be able to get back May time. I think I'll fly back. Yeah. Just been stuck here, man. Just been stuck ever since. Literally, I went in December, and I was like, I know I'll be there for about a month. It's now like April, May, and I'm still here.
I bet you're hating it, man. I bet you're missing the weather there.
Yeah, it's nice weather out there, but it's been kind of nice coming back, you know, like all my old friends from my own town here, and like started skating with them, like, and just getting out a bit more. So social side's nice, but I can get more work done in Cyprus.
How long have you been a skateboarder for?
I started like when I was like 12, 13.
Yeah.
And then stopped when I went to uni, just because just didn't have time to do it. And then just never got back into it. And then when I got back for Christmas, we all started, like, all my mates were like, yeah, I want to get back into it. So we just, you know, all got a new setup, and then just started skating. Yeah, went to a few parks, and it's painful. Forgot how painful it was, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Do you skate?
Yeah, I don't anymore, but I'm as same as you. I skated when I was like probably similar age, got into it, and to be fair, I think that's where like my like wanting to make videos and stuff comes from, because me and my friends were always making like skate videos and stuff, and they were always pretty bad, but yeah, it's definitely fun, and like we're like, oh, we're gonna have a professional skate team and stuff like that, and get sponsors, and we're all gonna be skateboarders. But
pro skateboarders, dream. And then you realise that you live in the UK, so you can only skate like 6 months out of the year. It's like, whereas people in the US, man, they just get, especially in like LA, it's just dry all year. Yeah. And skate all year. It's like, it's just too easy for them to be good at it.
The thing I've noticed now, though, like whenever I've tried skating now, is like the fear. Like when you're a kid, you don't care. You're just like, yeah, let's go. But now I've like stood
Yeah.
at the top of a ramp and been like, nah. So
Nope.
yeah,
Not worth it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So good on
I
you
just
for
I
getting
was
back in.
yeah, it's fun, man. Like I don't I'm exactly the same as you. Like I'm 26 now, just turned 26, and back when you're a kid, you'll if you get hurt, you'll get hurt and you'll be okay within the next day or the next couple of days. Now, like I've stacked it a few times, and like my hip's been hurting for like a week, like my shoulder's hurting. I've cut all my leg up, and it's like I'll look at a big ramp or like a big quarter pipe. I'm like, is it worth? Like, if I fall off, is it going to be worth it?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Miss being a kid when you just didn't care and you just do whatever without the consequences.
It was. Yeah. That's the thing. There was barely any consequences. Like the bruises didn't really hurt after a day. You know, the cuts kind of go away, and yeah, those knocks just didn't really affect you. Like I went to whereabouts are you from, by the way?
I'm from near Leeds, sort of. Like
Near
a
Leeds,
place
okay.
called Wakefield. Not many people have heard of it though.
Oh, Wakefield.
Oh,
yeah,
you know
yeah, I
Wakefield. That's surprising.
I lived in Leeds for a few months. So
Oh, did
like,
you?
I know around the area.
Ah, fair
yeah,
enough.
just did a bit of work there. But yeah, I went to Boston, and there's like a new skate park just opened up there, and I'd been I was been skating for a couple of months at this point, so I was kind of confident. I was like, oh, I feel quite good again. Like I can do some stuff. So I started skating on the ramps. Within about 10 minutes, for some reason, I just leant back, going down a quarter, and just fully like stacked it, hit
Yeah.
my head, hit my shoulder and my hip, and right at the beginning, it was so annoying. But yeah, that just kind of ruined the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But it was fun though. It was fun.
Yeah, that's the worst when you lean back going down a ramp. Like everyone does it at some point, but it's just
Yeah.
there's no
Oh,
going
man.
back once you've done it.
Yeah, the thing is, I do ramps all the time, and
Yeah.
like, for some reason, that one time just wasn't thinking, and then focus just went for a split second.
Yeah.
But painful, man, painful.
Fair enough. Forgot I had something I was going to say now, but I've forgotten what it was. Got
What
too
were we
into.
talking about before that?
I can't remember. We got really deep into skateboard talk. Anyone not interested in skateboarding is going to be like, "Come on now."
Yeah. Hopefully, all the producers watching this
Yeah.
are skaters as well.
I was just going to say it is still skateboarding related, but it's good to have like an exercise thing to get out for.
Oh,
like,
mate,
as a
sure.
producer and like,
Yeah.
because we're just in all the time, so.
Yeah, definitely. It makes such a difference as well. Like, I think before, especially since COVID, you have like your stuff your routine stuff that you go out and do just out of habit, or like you don't even you just unconsciously do it, like walk into town, go to the pub, or
Yeah.
just go out for dinner or go for a skate or whatever. And like as soon as COVID hit, and like you can't, especially during the lockdown, like we couldn't do anything. It's like I found it harder to stay like motivated or like just to keep just keep excited to make stuff, or to make good stuff. You feel like you just kind of get in a rut. So yeah, just stepping away for a few hours a day like really helps with that kind of stuff.
Very true. For me, the only thing I ever really did was like go out to the pub on a Friday and see my mates, which is not the healthiest thing, but like I was like happy when the pubs reopened this week just to like get out and see friends.
Amazing,
yeah.
wasn't it? Amazing.
Did you go out to the pubs?
A bit too cold, but
Yeah.
it's been nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's it been like in? It snow in Leeds, like last week or something.
Yeah, it snowed. It might have been like Sunday last week or something. Like at the weekend, it's just one minute it was like really like pretty decent weather, and then it's just snowing. So yeah,
it was like 22 degrees in March. We had a couple of days where it was like 20 degrees, and now it's just freezing. Like went to a beer garden the other night, and it was whilst the sun's out, it's okay.
Yeah.
As soon as the sun goes away, it just drops by like 5 degrees, 10 degrees. It's just freezing.
Yeah. It must be nice in Cyprus when you can just go out and enjoy the sun.
Yeah, it's nice, man. It's nice, like not having to worry about the weather. Like,
Yeah.
I could skate there every day,
Yeah.
or in the winter it rains a bit, but the winters are a lot shorter there than they are here. So yeah, it's more reliable over there.
Fair enough. What's is there much of a rap scene in Cyprus, or is there much going on?
Not that much, especially compared to like the UK or the
Yeah.
US. Is like next to nothing. It's such a small island. Like I think there's like 1 million people on the whole
Oh,
island.
really?
So yeah, there's not a whole lot. Although I recently watched the deconstructed for Whoopty,
Oh yeah,
that drill song.
yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that the producer is from Cyprus. Like he
Oh,
lives in
really?
Cyprus. Yeah. So I could. I forgot to do it, but I need to reach out to him when I go back and
Yeah,
maybe
that'd be
meet up
cool.
with him. Yeah,
Nice collab.
but other than that, man, I think it's mainly like DJs because like there's the Iron Apple scene during the summer, so it's mainly like DJs that come from overseas.
Yeah.
During the high season, but that's it. Yeah.
Have you ever tried the DJ scene? Doing a bit of DJing?
Nah,
Nah, not for you.
nah, I'm too introvert for that.
Yeah.
Man. Don't like to talk to people often. Yeah. So when did you actually start making music?
When did I start making music? Well, I've like I say, I've made music like my whole life, sort of thing. Like it's very much been the only thing I've sort of been good at. Like in school, I just wanted to do music and stuff like that. But this more producing side of things is like pretty much started in first lockdown because I was more playing in bands and stuff like that and doing like the live gigging, and then all that stopped. So I was like, what am I gonna do now? So, but I'd always watch like people like you and Urshan and like Kyle Beats and people like that. So I was like, why don't I try this? And here I am trying this.
Yeah. It's weird, man. It's like it seemed. I watched. The reason I started doing like this vloggy stuff and like more of just the beat related stuff was because of like Kyle Beats, because his stuff looked really nice.
Yeah.
And until you start doing it, you don't realize how much you have to not know, but you have to kind of understand just about the camera, like the lenses, the camera settings, the sound quality, there's so much that goes into it, and then like there's the grading and the editing, and yeah, there's a ton that goes into it, man. Just takes a while to figure it all out, but
Yeah.
it's fun to do though. Do you enjoy like just making the actual video, or
Yeah, definitely. Like
more towards...
something I've learned about myself is that I do just like making stuff in general. Like obviously music's the biggest love for me, but even like the whole process of like editing the video, even the thumbnail, like I like just having that finished product there and looking at it. But I think you've got to do something like this.
It's like a whole project, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like every video, especially if you're really like feeling it and you want to make like a really good video, like B-roll and all that kind of stuff. It turns out to be a good video. I saw your the video when you went to, I can't remember where you went, but you went to a studio somewhere. That was more vlogging.
Yeah, it would have been like Pirate Studios in Leeds. I don't know if you've ever been to one of them.
Well, I've arranged to go with Jay Cactus next Friday.
Oh yeah.
To one in Manchester.
Yeah.
And I've asked Ocean, and he said he might come. But he's not sure yet. So that'd be cool. Yeah, I'm excited for that because it's so cheap. I didn't realize how cheap it was.
Yeah,
It's
it's really good.
40 quid. It's so cheap. It cost us for 6 hours. It was like 42 quid.
Yeah,
For 6 hours.
it is really good.
It's just so cheap. Yeah.
I know there's like some.
So yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry. No, I was gonna say yeah. So we're going there on Friday, and then went to Ocean's place on. That was about 3 weeks ago now. Yeah, the studio's crazy, man.
Yeah, it
The
looks
studio's
it.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really good. I was speaking to him about it since, and he was like, "Yeah, don't." It's like I spent way too much money.
Yeah, I know. Like,
on all these things.
yeah, if you scroll down like his YouTube channel, it's like I spent $3,000 on this same thing. Like, nice. Like,
Oh.
it must be good.
Yeah.
Must be good.
I can see how it happens though, like because the VSTs and stuff, they're all good and stuff. As soon as you like stuff, as soon as you can just put your hands on the
Yeah.
synth, and it's just different. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just different.
Yeah, it's like analog sound, isn't it? Like it's just got its own. Like you can sort of tell now when stuff is digital and when it's analog. Like when Ocean was, when I watch his videos, like it's just like you can't get them sounds just from a VST really. Like it's just
like he used a few of those synths in the loop pack that's in the Elements thing that he recently dropped, and he said like you can just tell because and the thing is you're not recording MIDI either, you're just recording the sound, so all those little minor bits where you're slightly off beat, and you can play with some of the modulators to detune it and everything. That's all like live, and yeah, you can't get that with VSTs.
Yeah, I've noticed Kenny Beats. I don't know if you watch his streams at all, but he started doing a lot of the analog Simpson, like the Rhodes pianos and stuff.
Yeah. I think it's just a natural like progression, like similar with the guitar and stuff. I was not bored, but I was just like, I want my stuff to sound just better, or just not better, but just more authentic, and like the whole process of making it just make it more fun, because after a while you're probably starting to get this. You just kind of get into a routine, and everything starts sounding the same. So it's nice to switch it up.
I get what you mean. But what have you got any plans for the future, like this year, that you can reveal? Anything crazy happening?
To be honest, I've kind of gone away from like going for placements and marketing and beats. I'm more geared towards the YouTube stuff now, like just making like good videos and good producer stuff, more sample packs, more drum kits, MIDI packs, maybe a VST, not this year, but at some point a VST will be good. And in terms of moves, I don't know. I would like to get my own studio, because I don't think it's too expensive. It depends on where you are, but I was looking at just like office spaces.
Yeah.
It's quite cheap, to be honest. Like a retail office space from around here anyway. It's like you can get, because you don't need that much space for a studio. Really. It's like you just need enough space for you and your desk and everything. But it's like 200. The one that I looked at was 250 quid a month. 300, 400 quid a month. Yeah, they vary, but you can get a decent space for cheap. So yeah, I'd like to do that at some point. Just get away from where I'm living to go to the studio and work. Not have it in the house.
Yeah, that's something that I'd like to do in the future, is definitely get my own studio, because I think it's nice. Like it opens up a lot of opportunities. Like with you going to Oceans, like Ocean can just say, "Oh, you want to come down and just film a video," and there's no. Because the thing is, with like pirate studios, you've got a time limit and stuff, and it's like still not your space, I guess. Yeah.
It's like the compromise, isn't it? It's way cheaper to just go and rent a studio, but yeah, it's the travel, it's all that kind of stuff. Whereas if you have your own studio, I can literally just hit someone up, and it's better than like inviting them to your house.
Yeah.
I said this to Ocean was the same. He was like, and so was Jay Cactus. Was talking about like meeting up and doing collabs and. It's different when because you're inviting them into like your home, and like I live with my girlfriend in Cyprus, so she'd be there, and it's just not the same vibe as like if it's just if you're just in a separate studio. So it makes a big difference.
I thought the same thing, because I just got a house and like built a little setup at home, and I was like, I'm going to invite people around all the time, and going to record here. But then when it came to it, I was like, actually, let's just stick to going to pirate studios, because it's just because it's your house. Especially if it's like if it's your mates, it's fair enough. Like if your mates make beats that you've known for years, fair enough. But you don't actually know the person really. Like you've known them through YouTube, or like you've spoken to them on Instagram, but you don't know the person. Not to say that they're going to do anything. It's just a bit weird, Yeah, that's the thing. So would you get a studio here or in Cyprus?
I don't know. I'm in a little bit of a predicament at the minute. I'm trying to make a decision, just between like what I want to do, because it's a fairly big commitment, because you've got to get it all set up, and then as soon as it's set up, it's hard to move everything about. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to do it in Cyprus or if I want to do it in the UK. It'd make more sense to do it in the UK. But on the other hand, like I've been in Cyprus for 3 years and like set up a good sort of base there, and obviously me and my girlfriend are there, and her family's there. So there's just a lot of things that I need to think about before I make a decision. But I think I'm way off getting to that point yet anyway. So it's not a big deal at the moment.
Fair enough. Well, do you mind just like giving some like tips? Like, say if I was a person who just started out YouTube, which I know you're a fan, but right, so like someone's just starting out YouTube, what would you say is like the best things to do to begin with?
Well, what do you like? What, like as a producer?
Yeah, like a producer.
Like,
yeah, the kind of you're making, or you know, whoever.
Yeah. Okay. I'd say it's gonna sound so like the same as what everybody else says, but it's just true. You just got to stay consistent. Number one, and I think it's hard because you think people aren't watching what you're doing, but people are, especially in the beginning. People are like, so just focus on like making good stuff, really, like making good stuff. Because if you're making stuff just to upload a video, then your brand's never going to get any better, and like you're not going to get any better. So just focus on like getting good yourself, and that's a good time to do it anyway. So if you're starting with YouTube, like know that it's going to be a grind. It is hard work, but keep up the work and like, make good stuff, and yeah, just focus on making good stuff, because if you're making stuff that you're not that happy with, then you're not going to want to market it as well. Like you're not going to put that much effort into, you know, pushing it out there and promoting it, especially in the beginning when you really have to like go hard with marketing. So make good stuff in the beginning, and then that will like spark motivation for you to be like, okay, well, I've made this good stuff now. Let's get some eyes on it, you know. So I think quality is for the forefront. You know, all this SEO stuff and keywords and all that stuff. It helps. So do your research, but the key thing, especially nowadays, like you can maybe get away with it, but back in the day, you've just front loading a load of tags and whatnot. But nowadays, like I think YouTube doesn't, I don't know, but I think YouTube doesn't really look at it that much anymore. Not SEO tags and all that kind of stuff. It's mainly how long's people watching your videos, and are they engaged, and are they liking and commenting, and are people doing stuff from your videos, you know. So and that only comes through making good stuff. So yeah, just focus on making good stuff, man. Don't worry too much about all the shortcuts through SEO and all the shortcuts by running ads and all that kind of stuff. It really just, it just comes through making good stuff. Like Ocean's a prime example. Like he's, you know, been making decent stuff for a while, and his stuff's progressed. You know, he's been investing back in, obviously, with the studio and the synths and the guitars and all that stuff. And that's making for good content, because people want to know what he's getting up to, and if they're trying to learn themselves. So yeah, it's a long process, and it's not going to happen overnight. But yeah, you just got to have like an end goal, and then, you know, just kind of work backwards from there, really.
Good tips. I was it.
Hopefully
Yeah,
that
was good.
I thought that was just a load of mumbo jumbo, but
yeah, I think it's always nice hearing like people in your position just saying to, like, you know, keep consistent and just sort of keep at it, like, because I think a lot of people think there's
and there's no secrets. There's no secrets. Yeah, like people ask, like occasionally I'll get, you know, producers asking me, you know, how are you getting views, or like how do you grow, or how do you do all this stuff? And it really, like, I'm doing the exact same things that I did like back in the day when I wasn't getting any views or like getting any subscribers. I'm not getting many views now, to be honest, like considering how long I've been doing it. So yeah, that's all face value stuff. Like someone that's just found me now would look at it and be like, oh yeah, he's doing really well. Like how is he growing so fast? But I'm not even growing that fast. But that's come through like 3 years of getting nothing, you know, to this year where it started to pick up a bit more. So yeah, just there's no secrets, man. There's no SEO secrets. There's no, you know, any of that stuff. There really isn't. Like when I upload a video, I don't know if you do this, but I'll use TubeBuddy. I'll, you know, use TubeBuddy's suggestions from the title, because it automatically comes up with stuff. I'll check if they're good, if they'll work for my channel. I'll put them in, and that's it. Like I don't spend hours, you know, stressing over that stuff. Just keep putting stuff out, man.
No point overthinking it, is there?
Yeah. No, and it makes it less fun for you as well, because you're worried about like the video performing perfectly every time, and it just isn't how it works. Like my best video I'd say is probably my best performing video is one of the worst videos I've made. Like I hate that video. And like some of the stuff where I'd spend days filming and then making a really nice edit and all that stuff, like completely tanks. So
that's just typical of things that happen, though, isn't it? Like you worst, the stuff you think is worse. Like, even with beats and stuff, like selling beats, like you send people beats and they always pick, not always, but often seem to pick the ones that you think are the worst.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's always the trash ones that not the trash ones, but the ones that you think are trash. Yeah, that they end up picking. It's like, pick this one.
Are you on?
Yeah. But I say you never know. You're literally at the mercy of whoever you're trying to, do business with or grow on. So the only thing you can do is put the videos out or put the beats out, and all that kind of stuff. So.
Are you on TikTok at all?
Yeah. I'm on it, but just haven't. I need to do it, but I haven't been doing it. I started putting out a few snippets of beats and stuff, but just like the beat previews of like hitting the keyboards and whatever. But it's not good for TikTok. I think you need like the virals, like the meme style viral stuff for TikTok.
I don't think. I am on TikTok, but I kind of just like I sort of chop my video into like like if I've cooked a beat in a video, I'll just cut it so it's like a shortened version and upload that. But I haven't had I haven't had anything go crazy on there yet. But I think there's not yet like a place for music producers sort of on TikTok yet. I know what you mean. That's why that's why I slowed it down. I was just didn't really know what would hit, but at the same time, it's like you want to make stuff that you're happy with, but at the same time, there is not a formula, but like there's a certain style of content that works for TikTok, which it's hard to do if you're a producer. I think it's harder to do than if you were just like, I don't know, just a basketball player, because you can meme anything as well. I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? I think it's a bit different. Yeah. Although saying that, Kato did pretty well, hasn't he? Kato's done quite well on TikTok.
To be honest.
Hang on, you'll know who he is. Kato, the producer, I think is his TikTok handle. He released a song with like a really, really simple but catchy beat, and then like it blew up on TikTok, and the streams went through the roof. But but that was a song.
Yeah,
it wasn't
that's same with like Eldre and who's the other guy? Lusion as well. Like they're like the music producers, but like their stuff that's blowing up is songs as well. So it's
it's different. It's not like, because for us, like we need something that we can put out regularly, and we don't have songs to to put out stuff every day, so it's a bit different.
Do you ever plan on having your own podcast like this?
At some point, I think that'd be nice. I don't know. I'll need more of a rigid schedule at the minute. Like I'll make a video one day, edit it the next day, and upload it. And then rinse and repeat that. It's a decent routine, but for a podcast, I don't know. I just need to plan it out and spend some time thinking about it. And I just haven't thought about it that much recently. So but we'll get there.
Fair enough. Well, I think that's kind of everything we have to talk about, unless there's anything you'd like to touch on that I haven't thought of.
Nothing that I can think of, man. Nothing that I can think of. Probably.
Well, there we have it anyway. Do you want to tell everyone your handles, your Instagram and stuff?
It's just prod LLB for everything, YouTube and Instagram. I think it's the same for TikTok, but I'm not active on there. So YouTube and Instagram. All right, there we have it. Thanks for coming on. Thanks to everyone listening. No problem. And we'll see you. I think next week I'll be having another podcast. I've got Ed Solente coming on actually. It's for the next one. Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, he's just blown his. He got his plaque, didn't he? I saw it on Instagram. So he's doing well at the moment. That's insane.